Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name's Jonathan, and in this video I've got something really special for you. I'm going to be counting down the very best pre-built gaming desktops you can get in 2017. Now obviously, it's still better value to build your own gaming PC, but if you're just looking for the convenience or the security that comes with buying a pre-made gaming PC, these are definitely your best alternatives. Coming in at number 5 on this list is the Dell XPS Tower Special Edition, which is actually a surprisingly good gaming PC. It's got enough power for virtual reality experiences and high performance gaming. And Dell's also packed in Nvidia's 10 series graphics cards, making it powerful enough to game even when it's hooked up to a ridiculously sharp monitor. Dell's also added 7th generation Intel Core processors, newer AMD Polaris graphics cards, faster RAM, and then also a 256GB solid state drive or SSD. It starts at $1,049, so it's really not going to break the bank if you do get the entry level configuration, and it can be scaled up quite a bit from there. Moving right along though, coming in at 4th place is the MSI Infinite A, which is a gaming PC built from the ground up for a broad range of different demands. This takes being VR ready to a whole new level with dedicated front-facing HDMI and USB 3.1 ports, but even if you don't own a VR headset, the Infinite A is more than capable of handling all of today's hottest games. Inside the computer is a 3.6 GHz Core i7 processor with 16GB of memory, which are base standards for the model. You can save money by choosing an Nvidia GTX 1070 graphics card, or you can kick things up in the other direction by going with an MSI GTX 1080 Ti for extreme graphics performance. The entry-level configuration of this system does start at $1,200, but again it can be scaled way up from there, so regardless of what kind of configuration you're looking for, this should be able to meet your expectations. Now if you're looking for a slightly more affordable choice, you should definitely check out the Alienware Aurora R6, which is coming in at number 3 on this list. This is actually a surprisingly good gaming PC again. It offers brilliant performance in a nicely sized compact body. The entry level configuration of this computer comes with a 7th generation Intel Core i5 processor, 8GB of DDR4 RAM, and then also an AMD Radeon RX 560 GPU, and it starts at only $800. That's actually not a bad price, especially when you consider you are getting a keyboard and mouse included with this computer, so the only accessory you'll absolutely have to get is a monitor. The Aurora R6 isn't exactly cheap, but in my opinion it hits a really nice sweet spot in terms of balancing price and power, and because this is an Alienware rig, you'll be getting support and service for years from Dell if something does go wrong. Now coming in at 2nd place in this video is a gaming PC that's more of a console replacement than anything else. It's the MSI Trident 3, which is about the same size as the Xbox One S, but packs a ton more power than even the PS4 Pro. That's because you're getting a desktop Intel Core i7 processor inside, as well as Nvidia GTX 1070 graphics, and what's kind of impressive is that the Trident 3 actually has a really accessible layout. It's easy enough to replace most of the components, including the GPU, memory, and storage drives, basically anything but the processor, and the only thing that's slightly frustrating is that the power supply is essentially the fat brick that you get with any of MSI's other gaming laptops. One other thing I should mention about this computer is the fact that it stays almost whisper quiet all the time. Fan noise is practically inaudible even when you're sitting within a foot and a half of the PC, and that means you'll be able to use the silent PC gaming setup without fear of adding unwanted noise to your movie or gaming audio. But with that said, coming in as my very first choice for the best gaming desktop of 2017 is the Corsair ONE. Now Corsair's made a name for itself in nearly every PC component category there is. It's known in part for putting out RAM that's faster than your processor, but be that as it may, the company has only recently begun to assemble its own rigs. Luckily with the Corsair ONE, the first time was the charm. Corsair's debut pre-built PC offers reassuringly solid performance from a very small machine. The Corsair ONE is powerful, quiet, and comes free of the bloatware that infests a lot of other pre-built systems. The only biggest problem with the Corsair ONE is the price. You're paying a premium not to have to get your hands dirty, and Corsair really doesn't want you upgrading the machine yourself, so it's really almost impossible. The basic model of the Corsair ONE comes equipped with an i7-7700 and an air-cooled Nvidia GTX 1070 and retails for $1,800 in the US. The next one up is the Corsair ONE Pro, which ditches the GTX 1070 in favor of a water-cooled GTX 1080 and costs $2,200, and if you want to go all out, there's the Corsair ONE Web Store exclusive, which upgrades the other two machines' dual drive configuration to a single 960GB SSD, but this is only available in the US and it costs a whopping $2,299. Ultimately, the Corsair ONE really is the pinnacle of pre-built gaming PCs, but it is expensive and you could build a similarly spec'd PC yourself for much less, so again that's something you really have to weigh up when you're choosing to get a gaming desktop, whether it's really worth spending the extra money when you could just put a little bit of time in and get a much cheaper gaming rig that still has the exact same performance yourself. With that said though, give me your opinions on the computers in this video video in the comment section down below, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and with that said, I will see you next time.